first and foremost, congratulations on the job. How do you feel?
I feel great.
Yeah?
I'm excited.
What are you most looking forward to this season?
You know, we've already had the opening training yesterday. Today was our second, and there's nothing like being on the field.
Yeah.
I had an amazing and beautiful experience with U.S. soccer, qualifying, getting to the World Cup. But the rhythm's different, right? And you have these really intense 1 week, 2 week moments that you prepare hours for, and you just, you get in the zone and you execute. So that was an amazing experience of intensity and focus and execution. And then club is just different.
Right.
It's a little more spread out and lengthy, so you have to have a sustained energy and focus, but it's more spread out, and there's more consistency to it. And so I think in terms of that regard, I think I miss the day in, day out work and grind and creative part and engagement with the staff, the players, and so I'm very thankful for the experience I had, but I miss that club rhythm, and I miss the league. The league is very dear to me.
Yeah.
I played in the league. I coached in the league. I coached in the academy in the league as well before I got to coach in the league. I never got to be an assistant in the league, and I think that's why I was really hungry to be an assistant with one of the best coaches and leaders that the game has in our country, which is with Greg. And now, having learned all that, coming back to MLS and to do it with San Jose, a club that's given me a chance, and with an exciting foundation of a roster of players that I think are hungry to get better, I'm just looking forward to it.
Obviously, there's an emotional connection, in particular connection with San Jose. How does it feel now to return to a team that you've represented before in a completely different aspect?
Sure. Yeah, look, it's 20 years ago that I played for San Jose. It was my first pro year. And it's funny, it's that year between the championships, right?
No.
So 2001, they won the MLS Cup. I was there 2002, and then they won in 2003. And we had a good season 2002. And I didn't play much, but I remember it. Frank Yallop, Dom was an assistant to Frank, playing with some of the greatest players for our country, which is like Landon Donovan, Jeff Agus, guys like Dwayne De Rosario, creative player,
Wow.
Canadian player, exciting player, and Ian Russell, who's on our staff. I can name so many, Joe Cannon, and it's just, a lot of legends, Ramiro Corrales. So to me, to have the experience with those champions and those legends of the club taught me a lot. I'll always remember that. And I feel like I've had my process. There's a reason I started coaching. There's a reason I only played 8 years pro in 7 clubs, bouncing around. There was something missing in my development for me to reach the highest level or a better level. And I felt like I just owed back to the game, and I wanted to make sure the next Luchi coming through, or even Landon Donovan coming through, is going to get just more support, more coaching, and especially the youth level. That's why I got into the academy and the youth. I taught. I learned about the game. I got my coaching license. I had all those experiences, and then it became professional. So I think coaching at the highest level can be done in different ways with different backgrounds and profiles. And I'm just proud of mine in terms of development, being a product from within. I have a connection of being an ex-professional, but that's not what I'm known for, But I certainly want to fight hard to be known as a teacher, as a leader of a strong culture, and as of a coach in an MLS team that's going to compete for playoffs and a cup one day.
And what style do you hope to implement with your team to obviously maximize this amazing group of players that you have?
Yeah, look, already in day one in training, you see the intensity they train with. You see their mentality to fight. It's a team that they've been through a lot of ups and downs, and they grind and they move forward, and they show up the next day, no matter what happened the day prior, ready to compete and fight. So I embrace that a lot. There's technical pieces. There's creative pieces. There are young pieces coming through the academy, and I'm familiar with working with young players coming through the academy. And so, look, anything can happen between now and February in terms of the roster adding pieces. I know all the clubs are looking at their options in the transfer window and things. So, we're still open for some ideas there, and certainly looking to make a few adjustments. But, the foundation of this team for me has those pieces that I think can implement a game model and a game style that allows for creativity.
Mm-hmm.
That's about verticality, breaking lines, getting in behind the last line, attacking goal, creating goal-scoring opportunities, and when we lose the ball, having an immediate press to regain possession, and then in defensive blocks, I think our defensive structure, our defensive clarity, when do we want to win the ball, how, having clear triggers and being together and united to get the ball back, I think is important to be successful in this league. So those are some of the things we're going to work hard, but all with that foundation of intensity that we got to start with in the training to do it in the real game.
And we've seen few professional players make that jump to coach, and it's obviously a special transition. But what is it about coaching or the game as a whole that made you fall in love and decide to follow that career path particularly?
I think it was natural. My last pro season was with Minnesota. Before it was an MLS club. Yeah. It was in USL, and I played every game. I was, a captain on the team as well. I was playing a lot. I was enjoying my football, my soccer. My daughter was just born, and we were, I was only getting paid 7 months out of the year. And in the off season, I coached the high school boys program in my home city in Miami. We ended up winning a state championship. While I was coaching that boys program, I was coaching a U9 girls team as well, because I needed to make income, in addition to coaching the high school boys team as a substitute teacher. And I just fell in love with teaching and coaching, no matter who, no matter when, no matter the age. I just loved being on the field. I loved the interactions. I loved the idea of helping someone grow to their potential on and off the field. And if it's connected to the game that I'm in love with, which is football, then let's see where this goes. So I never expected to be in FC Dallas as an academy coach, as a professional coach. I never expected to lead the club to 2 back-to-back playoff seasons. I never expected to coach players that are playing for our country in the World Cup. And on top of that, being part of the staff at the World Cup.
That's crazy.
So, anything's possible when you're passionate about something, you want to work hard, and I'm really excited for this project because San Jose has so much potential, and why can't we beat the opponent in front of us, and why can't we have a better season this season? But it's going to take a lot of work. It's not going to be easy, but I challenge others to underestimate that because I think we have the group to fight for more.
I spoke with Jeremy earlier, and he talked about the grit that the team has and the united mentality. Have you seen that even just in a couple of days with the team already?
100%. And Jeremy's a product of that. He had his experiences in another MLS club and was a Warrior there, and comes here, and even though he has a season, you call it like a breakout season in terms of stats, he doesn't show that in terms of his attitude or his demeanor. He's just calm, he's focused, and he's a great teammate, and it's been a pleasure to work with him in a short amount of time, and I'm excited to keep working with him and build around him. So the group is definitely representing that unity, grinding mentality, Warrior mentality. They've been coaching that way the last few seasons, a lot of intensity. I think the next step for them is to take that intensity, take that unity, take that creativity, and structure it. Give it structure. And if we can do that well and work on it in preseason, then I think we can reach our potential.
And I know obviously with the team, it's winning trophies and being your best, but what expectations do you have of yourself this upcoming season?
For me, it's, continue to be the best father and husband I can be for my family. My, personal mission for me is continue to change the way the world views American coaches and players. And how is that connected to San Jose? Well, we have our own vision for the club. I'll keep that private within our locker room.
Valid.
But it's connected to that in terms of how we act, how we play, and doing it in a way with high standards, pushing each other, demanding, but making our fans really proud of the way we do things on and off the field. And then, I got into playing style a little bit, and that's really important, that we have an identity. It's important that we work hard to show who we are and how we want to do things over what's more important than the what, because everybody wants the same things in terms of playoffs, the cup. Every team has that. But what can separate us, what can make us maybe different in the league is how we do it and why we do it, and I'm excited for the team to take that on.
You've obviously been following and involved with U.S. soccer, MLS, international, everything for a while now. How have you seen the evolution of U.S. soccer?
It's evolved a lot. I was a part of youth national teams, U16, U17, U20s. I was in the first U20 residential program with a lot of guys that played many years in the league, and I was coached by Ziggy Schmidt. So it just the fact that I'm saying residency, it's showing like we've come a long way. Now we've got all of our best youth national team players getting minutes in professional clubs at the first division level. And now that's making them better youth national team players, and then that's spawning, projecting, and making an influence at the senior level. You got more guys now bridging from the academies, because MLS academies, there's more investment from ownership, there's more focus, more staff, more coaching education, improvement of the game models, and then those players are making an impact through an academy system into the first team, youth national teams, and then you're not surprised when they can go win a Champions League like Christian Pulisic, and now it's becoming more common, and Weston McKennie, Tyler Adams, those guys are making an impact in Europe on the national team, and that's, to me, it's going to continue to grow and improve.